Hey everybody, this is Zach Clark. I've been working as an iOS developer for the last few months. And I had a project to build out a settings page for one of our clients' applications, and they requested that the page look like this, that when this change password button is pressed, the necessary fields to change the user's password were brought on like this. So I did not know how to do this. I used this project as an opportunity to learn how to do this and build it out for our client. Now jumping into the code here, showing you guys how this was done. First of all, I built this password container here. As you can see, this password container houses all the different elements that were animated in the different labels and text fields. Now it's important to set the constraints of each of these elements relative to each other within the container, and then relative to the container itself, and then set the container's constraints relative to the elements above and below it. That would be this text box and this push notifications label. And what essentially is going to happen here is when the view is loaded, we'll set the height constraint to this container to just above 0. And then when this button is pressed, we'll increase the height constraints and then bring in each of these elements. So jumping into the code here, on the viewDidLoad function, I call this format views function. And as you can see here, the password field container height constraint, that's that container that I showed you. We're going to set it equal to the password container buffer, which is a constant that I set earlier, and that just makes it so there's this little area here. So it's not set to 0, that would push this a little too far up, but there's this area here. And then the content view height constraint, that's the entire content view. I subtract what the password container height actually is. Again, these are just constants. Those are going to be different for every project. And finally, we hide all the different elements here when the view loads. Now, when that change password button is pressed here, what happens is we hide that password, and then we have this UIView.animate function. And with the duration, again, this is a constant set. I believe this is 0.3 seconds. And then in this animations closure, we have everything that is happening inside that password container. So essentially, we change the height, we open it up to the height it's supposed to be, and we also set the entire content view height. We add the password height to that as well. So that is the pinching open that you see. And then we go one by one through all of the different elements that are revealed using UIView.transition. And again, this is the label, the text, the label, the text field. The duration, again, this is just a constant that we set, and then we increase it with every 2 elements, so you get that nice wave, looks like they're coming in a wave. I chose the transition cross dissolve animation, and then inside the closure we're just setting is hidden equal to false. And that is really all there is to it. Just to show you again what happens, clicking the change password button, again we open up the height constraint. I set it to larger so it pinches everything open, and then one by one we reveal everything with a UIView.transition. So that is how you do that. It was a lot of fun learning it, and I hope that this helps anyone looking to do something similar in iOS as well. Thank you.